Okay, let's say this is a vertical plane, this is a horizontal plane, and those two planes are intersecting each other, forming this blue line. Now this is three-dimensional representation of the quadrant system. This is the first quadrant, this is second quadrant, this is third quadrant, and this is a fourth quadrant. Now when you look at this quadrant system, along this blue intersection line, that is in this direction, this three-dimensional quadrant system will get converted into this two-dimensional quadrant system. So now this is the first quadrant, second quadrant, third quadrant, and fourth quadrant. This is our horizontal plane, this is vertical plane, and this is the intersection of those two, that is going to be considered as a xy line. Now if I define the position of object when it is placed in a first quadrant, the position is going to be like above the horizontal plane because it is above the HP and in front of VP. In front of VP. Similarly, when object is placed in a second quadrant, it is going to be above HP, and this time instead of in front of VP, it will be behind VP. When it is in third quadrant, it is below HP and behind VP. And when it is placed in a fourth quadrant, it is below HP and in front of. The position of views will be like, let's say this is a first quadrant, this is second quadrant, this is third quadrant, and this is fourth quadrant. This is xy line. When object is placed in a first quadrant, when the object is placed in first quadrant, the front view will appear above xy line, top view will appear below xy line. When object is in second quadrant, front view as well as top view both are going to be placed above xy line. In case of third quadrant, the front view will appear below xy, top view above xy, and in fourth quadrant, front view and top view both are going to appear below xy line. Now if you compare, you can clearly see that first and third quadrant are opposite to each other and second and fourth are opposite to each other. The reason for this placement of views, for example, let's consider the first quadrant. Object is placed in the first quadrant. Being observer, there are two possible positions. This position is for the front view, and to draw a top view, it will be placed above the object. Now when you look at the object to draw its front view, the front view will be projected on the vertical plane which is behind the object. We know this intersection point is nothing but our xy line. So when front view is drawn, it is going to appear above xy line. When you draw its top view, observe the object from the top direction, its top view will be placed on this horizontal plane which is located below the object. Whenever you obtain or whenever you get view on the horizontal plane, you are supposed to rotate that horizontal plane in clockwise direction by 90 degree. So the view that was appearing over here, it will be shifted below XY line, and for that reason, in case of first quadrant, the front view appears above XY line, top view appears below XY line. In case of when the object is placed in second quadrant, again observer positions are going to be same. This is for front view and this is for top view. When object is in second, third or fourth quadrant, the plane, whether it is horizontal plane or vertical plane, when it appears between the object and observer, that is to be considered as transparent one, and view is to be drawn on that same plane. So in this case, the front view will be drawn on this vertical plane over here. This is XY line. So again, when it is in second quadrant, the front view is going to appear above XY line. When you look at the object to draw its top view, it will appear on this horizontal plane, which is below the object. And similar to first quadrant, as view is appearing on horizontal plane, the horizontal plane is to be rotated in clockwise direction by 90 degree, so it will be shifted above the XY line. So in case of second angle projection method, front view and top view both are placed above the XY line. Now let's talk about the third quadrant. When object is placed in a third quadrant, that is somewhere here, observer for the front view, observer for the top view, front view will be drawn on the vertical plane that appears in between the object and observer, and it is below XY line. So front view will appear below XY line. When you look at the object to draw its top view will appear on the horizontal plane, appearing between observer and object. It is on horizontal plane, so it is to be rotated in clockwise direction by 90 degree. So view will be shifted above XY line. So in case of third angle projection method, front view falls below XY line, whereas top view above XY line. Now the last one, when object is located, now when the object is placed in a fourth quadrant, for front view, when you look at the object, the front view will appear on the vertical plane which is behind the object. So front view is going to appear below XY line. To draw top view, it is going to be projected on the horizontal plane, appearing between observer and object. It is on horizontal plane, so it is to be rotated in clockwise direction by 90 degree, so it will shifted below XY line. So in case of fourth angle projection method, front view as well as top view appears below XY line. So depending upon position of the object, whether it is placed in first quadrant, second quadrant, third quadrant or fourth quadrant, the orthographic projection gets classified into four methods. When the object is in first quadrant and you are drawing its various views like front view, top view, left hand side view, right hand side view, the method is called as a first angle projection method. When object is placed in a second quadrant, it will be called as second angle projection method. Similarly, when object is placed in third quadrant, the method will become third angle projection method, and when object is in fourth quadrant, it will be called as a fourth angle projection method. We know that the positions of the views depending upon the quadrant: front view, top view, front view, top view, front view, top view, front view, top view. This is first angle projection method. This is second angle projection method. This is third angle projection method, and this is fourth angle projection method. So as there is overlapping of views in case of second angle projection method above xy line, and in fourth angle projection method overlapping below xy line, the second angle projection method and fourth angle projection method is not being used. Now remaining two methods, the first angle and third angle projection method, these two methods are extensively used to draw various views of the object, and specifically in Indian continent we use first angle projection method, and some European countries they refer the third angle projection method. Now moving further, as we know that only first angle projection method and third angle projection method is used. Now let's differentiate those two methods further. So this is first angle projection method, and let's say this is third angle projection method. So now we know that front view, top view, front view, top view. Now in case of left hand side view and right hand side view, in first angle projection method, left hand side view will appear at a right hand side of the front view, whereas a right hand side view appears at left of the front view. And in third angle projection method, left hand side view appears at left itself, and right hand side view appears at right itself. Now justification for this one is, when object is placed in first quadrant, this is observer, this is object, and this is plane on which object is being projected. So in case of first angle projection method, scenario is observer, then object, and then plane of the projection. Same thing continues in case of top view also: observer, object, and plane. Same scenario has to be followed in case of side view also, and for that reason, in case of first angle projection method, for this reason, in case of first angle projection method, left hand side view appears at the right and right hand side view appears at the left. And in case of third angle projection method, scenario is observer, then plane, and then object. This scenario continues with the top view also. So observer, then plane, and then object. And for continuing with this scenario, when you draw left hand side view and right hand side view, the left hand side view falls on the left of front and right hand side view on right of the front view. Now the last part, Symbols of the first angle and third angle projection method. Symbol is basically, this is a cone. This is a solid named as a cone. If you take a section of this cone from or near to the apex, this is called as base of the cone, this top part is called as apex of the cone. So towards apex, if you take section, remove that part or discard that part and take remaining portion of the cone, the remaining object is called as frustum of the cone, frustum of the cone. And the front view and top view of that object is drawn. If you rotate it horizontally, it would appear like this one. When you look at this object from the front direction, this would be the view. And when you look at the object from the left direction, there would be one smaller circle whose diameter will be equivalent to this smaller face, and this larger circle diameter equivalent to this larger face. Okay, so this is front view and this is left hand side view. Now, depending upon position of this front view and left hand side view, we can represent a first angle and third angle projection method. So for example, if I place this trapezium at the left and these two concentric circles on the right, whereas if I place these two concentric circles on the left and this trapezium on the right, this is front view, this is left hand side view, this is left hand side view, and this is front view. So when front view is at the left and left hand side view is at the right, this constitutes a first angle projection method. And when left hand side view is at the left itself or front view is at the right of the left hand side view, this constitutes the third angle projection method. So these are basically symbols of the projection method. This is for the first angle and this is for the third angle.